Okay, it's time to start with a sphere. Of course, we always start with the sphere. We make sure we have symmetry and then we disable the floor because we don't need it. Perspective, we may have it, but let's go to draw and make it, by default it's 50, we'll make it 85. And now we are kind of ready to begin. Let me see, yeah, I think it's visible. Let's increase the intensity of our light, maybe at around 1. It will be better. Toy plastic material is not good, basic material is the best. And we start. But before we start, we have to use references. What references would we use? Of course, our concept, but how to put it and what else would we use? Let me show you. Let's go to texture, import. Let's go to our female course and we will use the skull and the crop of the head of our concept. So first I will go and open the skull, the head, then I will import the skull, open, and then they're both here. I will go ahead and oops, no problem, just click on this head and add the spotlight. Then we go to texture again, click on the skull and add the spotlight again. So the skull, why we have the skull here? We have the male and female skull, and we will use the skull so I can show you on the skull itself what things we will do and how we will do them, because it's female head is kind of difficult. It's not super difficult, of course. It has some issues. So let's go do this. Then I will click on this image, rescale it, and put it here. Maybe rescale it a little bit more because, yeah, and press Z. So now we can start sculpting, but okay, let's start. I will start with my move brush, which is a key 4, and I will do this, and then this. So this, I will try to do something like a helmet in the beginning, something basically resembling a head. This, what I'm doing now, is the neck. And of course there is nothing in this now, but also you have to not forget every time use lower subdivisions. Now we're using a lot of, bigger subdivision, and when we try to do something, also our brushes are not working because we have to go to brush, samples, and disable spotlight projection. When you have these spotlights here, we always have to go here, samples, the fourth menu, and disable spotlight projection, and then, only then, our brushes will start working. Only the move brush is working while we have the spotlight projection on. So now what you notice is that our neck is too thick, it has to be thin. From this point the head is too wide, has to be a bit narrower, and also we are working on a very, very high subdivision. We cannot smooth, it's not good. So what we're gonna do is go to Dynamesh and dial it down to 44. I always start with 40, yeah, in this case it's 48, but whatever. Now this resolution is good. So what I'll do is start to get this kind of shape. You know, notice that from here you go and until here. And of course, don't take any of these as written in stone. There are various types of female skulls. There are various types, of course, of females. The thing is that we need to just make a basic head and continue on with our model. So now I'm just pushing with Alt and the standard brush, of course, to get this shape of the skull and the neck. The neck for the female has to be very, very thin. So I will thin it, and probably I will make it thinner, but later. For now, we'll need these muscles that are going from this direction down, and they're going to here. They're rotating the head to look right or left. These muscles, they are going from here to around here, I think. I'm not completely sure about it, but it's nice. So this is this muscle, and this is where it ends, and it creates this kind of shape. You see it here, V shape, when we look from the front. This V shape is connecting, those muscles are connecting here down on the, I think, collarbone. Yes. And this is the traps. These are the traps. So this basically is our head for now. So let's look at the forehead. The forehead for the female, if you go like this, I will show. Let's click on this to be active. For the male, it's going very much steeply back, and for the female, it's going like more upward and then back. But look at the skull. Look at some references of bald females or something. Don't take anything as granted. Just make sure that you have your own understanding. Make studies. I haven't learned how to make female head by just making one head. I've made hundreds of them until I do it right. And still, I'm not completely sure I'm super good at it. I'm just decent. I've seen people that are much, much better than me. So, yeah, I cannot say I'm the best. It's just not true. So, you see the eye, the outside of the eye socket here and here, we have to kind of make this. And this is kind of a plane change here. We have this angle here, and then it's kind of a plane change like this. Okay? You have to be careful about all those things because this is very subtle. Subtle. Also, we will make a holes for the eyes, where the eyes should be. And then you will notice that here on the upper part of the eyes we have the eye ridge, and then the nose is starting a little bit inwards like this. Okay? So now it's starting to look a bit like a head. Then you will notice that the eye is a little bit inside, so I will push this until it goes a bit inside, and then let's make the eye sockets, but not so deep. Don't make them too deep, because we are not making a skull, we are making a female head. So yeah, so the eye is going downwards here, like down, and then it's like this, and it's starting to look creepy, but we will we'll continue, because if we don't continue, it will continue to be creepy, and we don't want that. So the next thing, why is creepy? Can anybody tell me why it's creepy? No, because it doesn't have ears. When we mask here, it's very strange, this mask pen, it's cool. Okay, and we make ears. Let me see, Z intensity, RGB intensity. Okay, we have this texture, it has to be off. Yeah, this texture is making our mask a little bit strange and unacceptable. And now, where the ears should be? They should be between the upper part of the eyes and the lower part of the nose. This. So now I inverted the mask, and I will do the ears. I will make them a little bit bigger, because when I'm dynameshing, I don't want them to get smudged too much or lost. So I will make them like this, and yeah, we have ears, and now it looks a bit more human, though the ears are a bit bigger than it should be. But it's better to have bigger ears than no ears at all. Yeah, that's a principle you have to follow. Ears are always good to have. Okay, now it looks like sad kind of a ghost, but we will continue. Now I will make one like thing from here, and then I will establish my chin and smooth. I always smooth, you know, especially on the female head, you have to smooth pretty much a lot. And let's see here. So the ridge of the eye, and then we have this protrusion, which is the which is the widest part of the head is here, up here, and down here also. So let's just push this in a bit, then push this in like this and smooth. Don't do it too prominent, just a little bit. Then let's make a nose. It will be narrow nose. Don't make like this, it will be not good. It will not be good also. And let's take this as the nose here, and let's just pull the nose around this area. So the nose is far from ready, it's just a placeholder. So yeah, be careful when you look at from this perspective. Don't have this kind of a the conslager concentration camp look. It's not good. We have to have a bit of a meat here, but of course this will be we can do this with the move brush and with alt holding. When you hold alt, you can move in the direction of the polygons. We can make those kind of horns. Why not? And then I will push this a bit more, because there I want to have this ridge. So if you touch yourself, not on the way that you think, but if you touch yourself here on the eye area, don't touch yourself in the other areas, or touch yourself, it's not a problem, but the thing is that you have to touch yourself in this area here to see that the bone is very much close to the surface here. So it's almost the skull in this and this area, almost the skull. And then behind, it's a plane which leads to a little bit behind, you know, yeah. Then you will notice that also here you have a bone. Also in this area here you have a kind of a bone. If you touch it, you will notice that the skin is very thin here and you have this bone. But we will make it later, because now we are establishing just the planes and stuff. This here is not good. We have to push it inward. Okay, and now what I'm noticing is my head is a little bit too wide in the eye, in the ears area. I will just, with the move brush, with the big move brush, I will do it like this. So I want to tell you something, a little secret here. What I do, I always disable dynamic modes for brushes. By default it's on for all brushes. It's very bad. I disable it by double clicking on this dynamic button, and then I don't change my brush size too much. If I want smaller brush, I do this, and my brush is smaller. You see, it's you know, smaller than the ear. When I do this, it's bigger than the head. So yeah, this is, sometimes I make it smaller if I want, but the thing is, it's a little bit faster way to work. If dynamic is on, you cannot do that, which is not very good. So now we have kind of a thing. Let's go to dynamic, not dynamic, but damn standard brush, and just establish some kind of nose. You have to be very, very careful with the nose. It has to be more wide, a little bit more like this. And notice, maybe not in these pictures here, the skull or something, but the nose is never starting from the end here. So here and the nose starts, no, the nose starts a little bit more inwards. We have to be careful with this, because many people are mistaking this. And also I will make this kind of thing just to establish the mouth area, which is this area here. And it's almost all the time like this, but smooth. And you see, we have kind of a very good representation of a female head without mouth. and the mouth will be we'll make it in the next course, which you will pay for separately. Yeah, because you know mouth is expensive. You cannot expect for this course to give you also the mouth, you know, because you know only this is enough for one course. And I think in this video lesson you learned a lot, and this will be the end of our course. Thank you and goodbye. No, I'm joking, of course. Yeah, you know, I will constantly joke around this whole course, because it's, you know, why so serious, you know? that's why. Okay, we'll see. But now we have, let's make the eyes. So the eyes I'm just pushing with the standard brush and then smoothing a bit, and they're like closed eyes. You see, it's very cool. And I'm pushing a little bit in this inner side, because I want from the bottom those eyes to be half spherical, and they will end here, and then we can have this kind of a thing and a little bit more inflated upper eyelid. And we will notice that our girl is kind of frowning, but we'll do that with the eyes when the eyes are ready. Also, I noticed that she has very tiny nose and our nose is very big, so I will make it smaller, and here probably it will be closer to her head. We'll see about the shape, because the shape now we cannot exactly do it right since we don't have geometry at all. We have very little geometry, but you notice that we are doing very good, I think. We'll see. And let's do some kind of lips. So for the lips, let's see what mistakes we can make. Okay, let's make the hole of the mouth, and then if we leave it like this, it won't be very good. We have to push the lower lip ends a little bit further, and then you notice that it's kinda good. Of course, this is not good at all, because our girl has her mouth a little bit more open, and this that we have now is a bit strange. So I will push that the corners of the mouth a bit backwards, and the chin a little bit backwards too, and the lower lip should be inflated a bit more. And probably we'll have to open the mouth of our girl a bit, but we'll see. So most of the time I do this face a little bit quicker, but since I had to explain everything, I'm slow. So from this direction I notice that my skull is not that good, so I will try to fix it. This upper area is a little bit flat. It should be a little bit flat, so it's going up like this here, and then it's going flatter, and then going backwards like this, and from the back we'll have almost exact sphere. So with the move brush I'm just touching here and there until I have the right thing. So you cannot expect to make a good skull or female head from the first try. It's just unrealistic. So just keep trying, you know, you will get better. You'll notice that first head will be kind of messy. The second head, but you have to follow my lead, also look at references and see where your weak points are. And basically, the most important thing is to know your mistakes, to see that you are not doing it exactly right, and to try to do it better and better every time. That will be the most important thing. And if you can do this, you will get better, definitely. Okay, it's starting to look pretty nice. Let's fix the ears a bit. Smooth here. Let's see, okay. I'm trying to achieve the form of the skull from the front. It's not that easy. And also our upper part of the skull, I think it's a bit small. I cannot define it very well, what it's wrong, but I don't completely like it. We probably should make some big changes here, although it's not very bad. It's not super bad, but also we have to end this video and we will continue, of course, in the next one. And yeah, I made the mouth, so you won't be disappointed by the next video too, because I will make probably something else. We'll see. You notice that I'm doing this, you know, this and then smoothing. This is very important part, and don't make this to the corners of the mouth. It will be wrong. And yeah, let's see ourselves in the next video.